Take a look at this beauty. Auto Ordnance 1911A1. This is the World War II version. Let's see, get in there. Auto Ordnance Corporation, Worcester, Mass. Made in America.
For most people, this gun really needs no introduction, but I'll give you a little background on it anyway. This is the 1911. This was designed by a man named John Moses Browning, one of America's greatest inventors, one of the greatest mechanical minds of all time. If you want to do a little history, want to do a little research, look up John Browning and see all the stuff that he made and invented. Amazing, amazing individual. The 1911 was, this is possibly the most successful handgun design of all time. If you were in the Army and during World War I, you were a doughboy and fought in no man's land, the trenches and all that, and you carried a sidearm, it was probably a 1911. If you were in World War II, you went stormed the beaches at Normandy and you had a sidearm, it was probably a 1911. If you were in Vietnam and you're carrying an M16 and you had a sidearm with you, it was probably a 1911. From 1911 until the mid-1980s, this was the gun for the United States Army. All the U.S. military carried a 1911 with the 45 ACP. Today, almost every gun manufacturer still makes a version of the 1911. Like I said, everybody knows it, everybody's seen it. It's probably the most common gun you're going to see in probably anywhere. It's one of those guns, you have the Colt single action Army, you've got the 1911, those guns that people just see and recognize, oh yeah, I've seen that before, that's a whatever. But you see a lot of these old Colts were made in a lot of 1911s, and like I said, other companies, every manufacturer probably makes a 1911 or a version of it. This one is the Auto Ordnance version. This is the World War II model made by Auto Ordnance. Now you go, well, Auto Ordnance, what was that? Where's that? Is that even a real thing? Yes, Auto Ordnance was the company started by John T. Thompson of Thompson Machine Gun, 1915-ish. The company was bought by Numeric Arms. They were later, in 1999, it was Car Arms took over. And now the whole Car family makes, there's the, Auto Ordnance, you have Car Arms, you have BFR, you have Desert Eagle, Magnum Research, Thompson. They're all made by Car now. Made in the U.S. in Worcester, Massachusetts. You can get a 1911 in a World War II version. They also make the Thompson machine gun in a semi-auto version, and they make the M1 carbine, still being made in the U.S. But this particular gun has these rubber hoe grips put on it. You'd see like a wooden grip, or those checkered wood grips, or sometimes even smooth wood grips.
Out of the box, this gun came with these really nice looking wood grips. These grip panels have the U.S. in them. They had nice checkered, I'm assuming walnut. But what I did is I took those off and I went for that Hogue rubber grip. For my hands, this just seemed to work a lot better. A little sticky, little stickier grip, a little better traction, friction, grip, whatever it is. I liked it. I keep them on there. I think that feels a lot better, and I'm able to shoot better with it.
Took this out, we're shooting it, and rubber grips really help a lot when it comes to grip if you have really big hands.
1911, 45 ACP. Got it.
Seven round magazine. It's make sure it's safe. It's fed by, like I said, a 7-round single stack magazine, 45 ACP. That's a 45 caliber bullet, 230 grain bullet, and it's just can't be beat. you call you know what you call a 45 hollow point. They call it the flying ashtray. I like that one. Remember that old country sheriff when the little kid asks him, "Hey, why do you carry a 45?" And the sheriff goes, "Because they don't make a 46." This was the big boy. This was the man stopper. Took it to the range, had some fun with it, and it still is the man stopper it was over 100 years ago. When it comes to magazines, yeah, you're stuck with that that 7-round single stack mag. But a lot of real good magazines will come as an 8-rounder. This is one by Shooting Star. It's an 8-round magazine, and it's a little bit pricey. It'll cost you a little bit more than a generic 1911 magazine, but I think it's money well spent. As the spring seems to work really well, it seems to feed really well. I haven't had any trouble with it. I do have the magazine that came with the gun, the Auto Ordnance magazine, and I also have just a generic. I don't know where this even came from. I've had other 1911s in the past. I've had Norinco, I've had Colt, I've had Kimber come through, I've had, what was the other one? I've had a lot of 1911s come through, and this may have been a leftover from somebody else. But this also worked really well in this gun. It's a little dirty. They're a little tough to clean up because they are welded and sealed. If you can get one of the removable bases magazines, these make it much easier to clean and disassemble and take it apart. Again, that was a little bit pricey. I think there was like $32 for a little magazine. That was kind of steep. But like I said, you can take it apart, you can maintain it, you can clean it, you can grease it, oil it, whatever you need to do, and then you're good to go. Maybe not grease and oil, but you can clean it. But the magazines, hey, the gun has to be fed, and your gun is only reliable as its magazine. Spend the money, get a good one, like I said, the Shooting Star or the Auto Ordnance brand. I know it's going to fit that Auto Ordnance gun. One of the limiters, if you're looking to, if you want to make it, hey, I want to be tactical, I want to be way cool, I want to, shoot video games or zombies come, probably not going to be your choice. The 45 ACP, great round. It's a big, heavy bullet, but it only has a 7-round magazine. It's a single stack, 7-round magazine, and that's kind of its limiter there. There's no provision for grip rail, so there's nothing you're going to put any sights on this. It's not going to be something you can really dress up without major changes. You can put on a little nicer sights, but it's not going to take a laser. It's not going to take all that cool stuff that you want. It's not going to be your high capacity like a Wonder 9 or even a 40. Not my choice for zombies, but if you are carrying, it is flat. It does have a great profile. It does carry very well. It's a little on the heavy side because it is a steel frame. It is a steel gun, but it's nice to conceal, especially if you're a bigger guy. 7 rounds of 45 ACP, you're not going to be undergunned, but you're not going to have the firepower of a 15-round, 9mm. Or if you want to, pull a Glock, and you're going to have a lot more firepower than you would with the 1911. But as far as ease of operation, it's not the double action either. So if you don't have a round in the chamber, it's going to take 2 hands, to put a round in the chamber, get that thing ready to fire. And you probably don't want to carry it around with a round in the chamber, hammer back. All you have is a thumb safety protecting you. A lot of guys have done it. It's been done for years. You drop the thumb safety, you're ready to go. Bang, bang, bang. I would prefer a hammer drop. I prefer a double action only, just for safety reasons. But remember, your biggest safety is here and up here. That shouldn't be a limiter for you. As far as your ergonomics, cannot be beat. It just feels great in your hand. It has that nice, the 1911 A1 version has that arched mainspring housing, which does fill up the hand a little bit more. The thumb safety, the magazine ejectors, everything's right where you want it. Well, it's not high tech, it's not real pretty, but you know this is going to be reliable. You know how it's going to work, you know it's going to function. The 1911 has been around since 1911. There's a reason it's still popular, it's still fashionable, it's still really cool. These guns work. If you like this sort of stuff, please like and subscribe my video. It means a lot to me if you give me a thumbs up. And then if you want to be a subscriber, you can get to see the next time I come up with a new video, you'll know right away. But we'll see you in the next video.